Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. This week we're really getting busy with our exams coming up. We have two written exams, one on Thursday and one on Friday, as well as a skills check on Thursday and then a final practical on our musculoskeletal conditions on Friday as well. So the end of the week is going to be very busy, so that means that this weekend as well as the earlier part of the week is going to be really important for getting that kind of didactic content done. And then in the latter part of the week, as well as throughout the week, we're going to be spending lots of time in lab during our classes just to get those psychomotor skills really going to make sure that we're really ready for those exams. So I'm going to put together my to-do list. It's probably going to be a little sparse and mainly focused on getting through some flashcards and just getting into lab and doing some work. So I'm going to get that done before I head to work at noon, and then I'll give you guys any other updates along the way. This morning started off early when I walked my girlfriend over to the hospital again for rounds, but then I did have some time afterwards to knock out the foot and ankle quiz that I needed to do. Ended up performing well on it, so I'm very happy with that. But then I went to our musculoskeletal conditions lab where we finished up the foot and ankle content as well as went into a little bit of neurodynamics. So we did our exit ticket. I ended up performing really well, so I was very happy with that. My examination item was the Taylor tilt test, which basically gives you an idea of the integrity of the ligaments on the lateral side of your ankle. So I was very happy with that. And then for my intervention item, I just ended up doing some manipulation, just muscle manipulation of the plantar fascia, just to loosen it up and go from there. So overall it went really well, but I have a quick break for lunch right now, so I'm going to try and work on a bit of the foot and ankle cases that will be due tonight to make sure that I don't have as much to worry about when I'm at work tonight. But then we'll be going into our medical conditions class this afternoon, where we're just kind of finishing up a huge wrap up of acute care as a whole and things to consider. So I'll make sure to keep you guys updated and talk to you guys later. Well, we got some good practice this morning with our musculoskeletal skills, where in lab we kind of just went through a quick review of all of the cases that we might possibly be going through during our comprehensive exam on Friday, and then we even got to take on a case ourselves. I ended up having one with anterior patellar pain, so just kind of got to work my way through it. I thought that I went pretty quick and tried to prioritize things really well and ended up finishing with like 20 or 15 minutes extra. So I think I hit everything. My partner seemed to agree with that, so overall it went pretty well. And then we did some studying this afternoon, and now after dinner I'm going to head back to the library to continue studying, doing our final review because tomorrow morning is going to be our medical conditions exam. So just got to get in the last bit of studying for that, and I'll let you guys know if anything else pops up. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, finally. We've already made it through two of our big kind of exam items where our medical conditions exam is complete. We ended up doing pretty well on that, so I'm very happy. And then in the afternoon, we ended up doing our skills check for neuromuscular conditions, where realistically what I had to do was with a stroke patient who had hemiplegia, just help them get kind of a lateral shift onto their more affected side and just help them adjust so that way they can progress with improving their gait, their stability and balance and everything like that. So overall, things have gone well so far. But now this morning, I'm just going over my last bit of notes and kind of review just to make sure that I feel really confident for my musculoskeletal competency exam this morning in lab, where pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to walk in there with a partner. One of us goes first. The person who goes first is going to be the PT, and they're going to be presented a little bit of a history on a patient. They'll give you a little bit of details, and then we'll pretty much be like, I want to do these types of observational analyses. I want to do these examination items just to check a few things, and after providing our rationale for those, then the professor is just going to be like, okay, you listed these things, can you perform an anterior drawer test? So then with my partner, I would then perform my anterior drawer test, walk through it all the way. Once I'm done with that, my professor is then going to give me all of the examination findings of all the possible things that I could have done on this patient. And then from there, they're going to ask me, okay, what interventions do you want to do? I would then go through and be like, okay, I want to do these interventions for these reasons, explain why I'm doing them, and then they would be like, okay, here's one of the things I want you to perform on your partner. I would do that. Then I would have to do my final bit of exercise prescription, where it's like, what's an exercise you're going to send them home with? Give the proper dosing, have them learn how to do it, and then we switch partners. It's going to be at 9:20, so I still have about an hour until I have to be there, but of course I'm going to go there a little bit early to make sure that I don't stress too much. And then in the afternoon, we're going to have the written portion of our musculoskeletal exam, where that will be from 1 until 3 p.m. So I'll see you guys after it's done. Hopefully it will go well, but I'm feeling pretty good overall. Well, I'm not gonna lie, today was a lot, but we made it to the end of it. this morning with our musculoskeletal comprehensive exam, I kind of got a little flustered during my exam just because I couldn't remember exactly what I wanted to do in the knee case that I was presented, and I ended up treating the wrong leg. I had a few slip-ups here and there. I just couldn't remember the names of some of the things and were confusing them between the joints. So it was a bit of a difficult day overall, but we made it through. I'm pretty sure that I passed. Then in the afternoon, we had our final exam for the written portion of musculoskeletal conditions, and for that I was really pressed for time. I felt, especially halfway through, that I knew that I hadn't made it past more than half of the questions, so I really started to rush and didn't have as much time as I would have hoped to think through and double check some of the answers. So I passed. I made it through the day. That's really what matters sometimes. So we made it to the end of the week, made it through our first set of this bit of finals. Next week, we're kind of moving into more of our laboratory settings and preparing for CAPE, which is kind of like a patient experience where you get recorded, you go through an entire examination, and it's really a step up from what we just did in our comprehensive exam. So if you guys want to see that, please make sure to check out the video next week. That's all that I have for this week. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. This has been KB DPT, and I'll see you all in the next video.